expected CAT 2020 notification is finally out. There have been intense speculations over the last so many weeks. Given that we have been reeling under the COVID-19 effect, many exams got postponed. In fact, many exams are yet to be conducted for this academic year itself. Whether it is JEE, whether it is NEET, the CLAT exam, the IP MAT exam of IIM Indore, or the AILET exam, or many other exams which were supposed to be conducted typically in this May, June, have all got postponed, and they continue to get postponed. In such kind of a situation, I think it's only normal to expect that the CAT 2020 notification may or may not come in the first place. In fact, a lot of students keep asking this question: hey, will this CAT happen this November, or is it going to get further delayed? To put all speculations at rest, the IIMs have come out with a notification. In fact, we all knew that most probably the exam is going to be on 29th of November. Today, the convener of IIM Indore, which is now conducting the CAT exam, has very, very clearly come out on the website and on their official website, the IIMcat.ac.in, that CAT 2020 will indeed be conducted. Not only it will be conducted as per schedule. So here is where, very shortly, whatever questions that you have of what is going to happen about CAT, I'm going to answer with another 5 minutes of few questions. The first thing is, it is out. So when is the exam? Very clearly, the exam date is 29th November 2020. We are on 29th July. 4 exact months to go for the CAT exam. I'm sure a lot of you will have this question: hey, am I just missing the bus, or do I have enough time to still make it for this year's CAT exam itself? I have always maintained it. In fact, not even just few days back, we conducted a session of how do you crack an exam in 120 days. We have actually 123 days to go. So there is more than sufficient time for that. But before I kind of take questions from all of you across the country, I'm going to look at a few things that each one of you should know. What is this exam pattern? Is there a pattern in the exam? Change the pattern? Not at all. The CAT continues to be a 3-section paper. This is now the 6th year in a row that they have not changed the pattern of 100 questions. 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, all of them had 100 questions. 16, 17, 18, 19 also had 3-section papers. And 2020 also is going to be a 3-section paper. There is absolutely no change in pattern in that sense. Not only that, 60 minutes for each section. Section 1 is BARC with 34 questions. Section 2 is DILR with 32 questions. And Section 3 with QA, 34 questions is expected. Now, I'm using this word expected because if you look at their IIMcat.ac.in website, there they have not really given you whether the number of questions are going to be 100. Very, very unlikely that it's going to change and you're going to have the same 100 questions like it was in CAT 2019 or 18 or 17 or the year 2 years previous to that also. My recommendation has always been one thing. Career Launcher believes that if you want to crack an exam, you need to do it in a simple manner. While the entire comprehensive thing is fine, but if you can consider that you are writing 3 exams and work towards that, I think you can crack the CAT exam. So I'm going to put up on board the overall what the exam is going to be. 34 questions in each section for verbal and quant, and 32 questions in DI and LR. Together, it's a 3-hour exam paper. Anybody who has been preparing for CAT, anybody who has been writing the mock exams will realize that, look, there is no surprise here. But one thing is important for me to kind of give you as a broad idea of what to expect in this exam. For that, a little bit of a history will make a difference. And here is what I'm going to give you, a little bit of a history of what happened in CAT over the last 4 years. If you look at the CAT exam for the last 4 years, very quickly, I have given you what percentiles you will get If you want a 99.9 percentile, in 2016, out of the 300 marks, one needed about 191. The CAT 2017 paper was a little bit of an easy paper, especially in the quantitative ability section. Hence, the score required was a little bit in the higher side. 2018, it was 192. 2019, it is 196. But what is more interesting is to look at this number here that I am highlighting. You will see this. To get a 99 percentile and get almost all the top institutes, you will need about 52% of the mark, 52% of your 300. And if you want to get into any of the new IIMs this year, the Ranchis, the Raipurs, the Rohtaks, the Kashipurs, Trichis of the world, and the Udaipurs of the world, the cutoff was 95 percentile for a general candidate. In fact, probably male candidate, but general candidate. I'm not even talking about the OBC, SC, or STs. But if you are talking about a general candidate and you are talking about any IIMs, you are talking about getting about 120, 125, 123 marks. That's 40% of the mark. And by any chance, my friends, if any one of you has an OBC, NC-OBC category, EWS category, or a SC and ST category, the percentiles required will keep going down. In other words, a 90 percentile for an NC-OBC student, one can get a and that is just about 100 marks if you notice. At 100, 105 marks, one can get into the IIMs. 300 marks is a total paper for. So somewhere, please try to understand this very, very basically that, look, 4 months is a very long time. 4 months is enough time to prepare all the 3 sections that I've talked about. Let me also give you one more thing before I take up the questions. And that is individual sectional percentiles for each of the years. I have just taken for CAT 19 and CAT 18. Since it's there available online, you can just take a click of it. It's not available that easily anywhere else. 99 percentile, if you can see that is there on your screens, you will need 62 to 75 marks, of course, depending on the year to year. But DILR, see, look at this. If verbal is difficult, DI is easy. That is exactly what happens. Quant is easy. That's exactly what happens normally in the exam. If one gets a 95 percentile, just look at this very, very important, interesting bit of information. If one gets 95 percentile in each of the 3 sections, that's about 131 marks. 131 marks, you will get almost everything except probably the ABCs of the world or ABCLs of the world. If you are a general category even. Yes, you need to look at your 10th marks and 12th marks a little bit. Yes, you need to also look at your profile, whether you have work experience, you don't have work experience, but it is not mandatory that you need to have work experience. Many myths exist in this country that, hey, you need to have a work experience. But the fact remains that 35% of the students in IIM Ahmedabad are freshers. That's similar, 30 to 35% are there in most of the IIMs, which means to say it is taking the next 4 months very, very seriously and making the best out of the time available is what I would say your task, so to say, it is cut out. What else has been given? Very, very quickly, the registration for CAT exam starts on 5th of August at 10 a.m. And the last date for filling the form is on September 16th by 5 p.m. Normally, everything will end at 12 noon and 12 night, but this is ending at 5 p.m. on 16th of September. Do not wait for that. Do not wait whether you will study or not study and then take a decision whether you will apply or not. Go ahead and apply on August 5th itself or 6th itself. You will realize that you have made a commitment to yourself. Once you made a commitment to yourself, a little bit of consistency can get you there. The exam, as you can see, is on November 29th, and the hall tickets and the pattern of the paper probably will come out once again on October 28th. But you can be reasonably sure, reasonably is like 99 plus percentage sure that this exam is going to be very similar to the 2019 or the 18 or the 17, at least in the pattern. The level of the exam can be going up and down. That is absolutely normal for all the questions. Okay. So with that very, very quick update of it, let me just take a lot of questions which are coming on YouTube that people have joined right now. I see that the first question is, hey, what is the recommendation that you have in terms of your preparation? First and foremost, my friends, our career launcher itself comes out with multiple choices. Let me just take you to the next one. This page will give you that we have classroom coaching, so to say. Now it is blended, which is online. There are CAT test series. There are lots and lots of individual questions like the Smart CAT Cracker, the VARC 1000, DILR 1000, and n number of such kind of things, which will be available for you to decide how to prepare. So enough and more, go on to careerlauncher.com/cat-mba. You will find plethora of information as well as choices depending on what level you are in the preparation bandwagon. Syed is asking, is this CAT entrance exam will be postponing? Now, this is exactly what I said. Poor chaps, the IIMs have come out today as the CAT exam date, and somebody is asking they want to postpone. Guys, just understand one thing. If it gets postponed, it is going to be positive if you start from today. The more time you have, the better for you. But don't waste your time thinking that hopefully it will get postponed. My bet is, if I have to take a bet on this, it is not going to get postponed. The exam will happen on CAT 29th of November. Start preparing. The exam will be online at the centers, most probably the TCS ION centers, like it has always happened, Mrinmoyi Bhattacharya. So don't worry about it. It will be done. It is always going to be online at the center is what I'm saying. What is the best strategy for CAT exam by Career Launcher? One, join us on the blended program or the online classes program. Wherever in the country you are, you can access that. There are test series that will be helping you. Multiple different workshops kind of programs which will be there to kind of do a top up for your already preparation, already whatever the kind of preparation that you are having in that sense. Satyajit, there is absolutely nothing special that you expect. In fact, this is what I am very, very important that all of you should note. CAT, like the big exams like GMAT, GRE, is also becoming very standardized. If I look at the CAT exam from 1991 to 2015 at least, every 2 years, the pattern of the paper changed. But as an international exam, as an exam of international repute, there has to be a standardization of the paper, like a GMAT, the GRE, the SAT, the ACT, all those other exams which are international exams. The IIMs are also very clearly going towards that kind of internationalization, standardization. Hence, all the more reason it does not matter if I am Indore preparing, I am Ahmedabad preparing, I am Lucknow preparing. On an average, the paper will not change. Yes, one section might go difficult, one section will come lower in difficulty level, which is what always happens. Now, somebody comes and speculates that I am Indore will give a quant section very difficult or verbal section very easy. That's completely nothing else but a myth and a speculation, not necessarily true. In fact, not true as far as statistics are concerned. That is exactly what I'm saying. Kaustav is asking what to expect from IIM Indore. A very normal 100 question paper, very similar to the last 5 with a little bit of a plus and minus in their difficulty level. I answered that question, Harini, on your perspective of which section will be tough. Frankly speaking, it is only silly to even try to think of just because IIM Indore is conducting the paper, A section or a B section or a C section will be tough. Here is what I'm again telling you. When you talk about an exam, it is not going to be one individual's prerogative. It is a committee which is made and the committee decides. No individual decides that they will give more difficult questions or less difficult questions. Second, IIM Indore would have conducted in 2013, but that point of time, it is Prometric which was conducting. IIM Indore was only the convener. Very similarly, it is the same right now too. Hence, do not worry about that. In fact, almost all of you are asking the same question. Which section is going to be tough? Here is another perspective that I want to give you, and a very serious perspective at that. If any exam, any section is tough, the cutoff will go down, or the requirement for a 99 percentile for that section will go down. If the section is easy, the overall section will go up. You will still have to prepare the same way. And one very basic perspective people forget when they're preparing for CAT, you will have to prepare the same areas. No new areas will come, which means to say you will have to prepare at the same level, whether it is going to be an easy exam or a difficult exam. Pray it's a little bit of a difficult exam, frankly speaking. Pray it is a little bit of a difficult exam so that with a lesser marks, you can get a higher percentile. Because if it is easy by any standard, then it will be easy for everybody else too. And then for every mistake you make, your scores will go down. Not that everybody can solve the same questions. And hence, I would say, do not waste your time speculation. The areas remain the same. The syllabus remains the same. And in Career Launcher, when we look at giving you all the mocks, we will make sure that all the levels of difficulty are maintained, which will ensure that you are prepared when you go into a real CAT exam. Manvi Kamboj, working people for CAT who are not able to give sufficient hours. Now, what is sufficient hours differs from person to person, Manvi Kamboj. And the reason is very simple. I don't think even if you are a working person, you will work more than 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours maximum. There are other 12 hours to still go in a day. For the next 4 months, can you just eat, drink, and sleep CAT? Apart from whatever work you're doing, any exam you're writing, or the the job that you're doing. If every day you can pick up 3 hours, and on a Saturday and Sunday you pick up a little more hours, maybe 6-7 hours, and together look at something like a 30-hour preparation per week. Seriously, we have 17 weeks to go. 17 sevens is 119. In fact, a little more than that. You can easily crack CAT and get into the best of the institutes. Anjali Shakespeare, I don't know who this Shakespeare is, but he's asking very interesting question. He's an English guy, it looks like. He's saying, sir, if I start from quantitative ability from the scratch, can I do it completely? The next 2 months, this is my logic. August and September, finish your basics. October and November, revise on the strength areas where you can maximize your scores. That's what I would tell you to do that. And Swapnil, 100 days are more than sufficient, even if you're starting today. Without any doubt about it, I'm saying it is more than sufficient, provided you do 3 things. One is start committing for yourself, be consistent, take mentorship, take help from institutes like Career Launcher for a simple reason that they'll give you the direction for it and mentorship for it, and have the confidence to do that. And each of these questions that you're talking about, DILR or any such kind of things, just refer to some of the very free information available. We have done this 120 days to CAT just last Saturday, this Sunday, where a lot of people attended it. If you have not, subscribe to our channel, subscribe to Career Launcher if you're not already a student, and listen to how to crack this exam for the next in this next 120 days very comfortably. We will conduct these exams. If you're a Career Launcher student, we keep conducting. In fact, we are doing an Achievers Meet with the Career Launcher students, where people who have made it and how they have made it kind of thing this Sunday. We have also made specific kind of training programs for our students, including how to crack this exam through test taking strategy sessions. So keep doing that. I'm guaranteeing you 4 months is more than sufficient for you to look at it. This is not the time to worry about your score is very low or very high. Make a plan and you will succeed. And we at CL are with close to 25 years, a quarter century of experience of understanding CAT exam, are here to help you out crack this really wonderful exam. The reason I'm saying it's a wonderful exam because it's, it gives you kind of a perfect feeling that if you crack this exam and get into an IIM, your career is kind of taken care of. So keep that as the focus, my friends. With that, if there are any questions coming your way, please do subscribe to our channels. Do subscribe to our Telegram channel too, which is which has a lot of questions, and people like GP sir, Gautam Puri sir, Gautam Baba sir, Shivku sir, Jiju sir, Rahul sir, every one of them who have been veterans in the industry have been helping along with, of course, myself. Right? And one last thing before I leave you guys, if you want more information on the notification, make sure that you go to careerlauncher.com/cat-mba/cat-notification. If you go to cat-mba, you will get lots of free resources also to start with. But as I said, free resources will get you only thus far. Make utilization of the next 4 months. Seriously, we will be very happy to be partners with you in this journey. With that, thank you so much. I think the task for each one of you is cut out, my friends. Let's go crack CAT. Thank you.